Maybe you're here. Maybe you're not. Right? Maybe you're a trucker in a parking lot. It is what it is. It's none of my business. I think this is a Toro. 5.5 by 54. I would call that a Toro. You know, Toro's normally 6 by 50. 6 by 52 maybe. And as of lately, I think the bigger gauge. So, but only a few years ago, Toros were always 6 by 50. It's basically, you have a Busto 550, Toro 650, and then Churchill. And very rarely now do you see any cigars, unless it's already hereditary, where it's been out for a while. Very rarely do you see new cigars coming out in Churchill. I'm not saying nobody makes Churchills from new blends, but overall, Toro really has been the number one, for the most part, of brands. And it makes sense, because most guys, if they're going to go to a shop, they're not going in for a quick smoke. And Gordo is just a little too phallic. And it is what it is. Also, generally, you're going to get a less condensed version. This is a great quality cigar. Punch is definitely a solid mid-tier brand that, you know, the guys that enjoy Punch enjoy what it is. And what is it? It's no bullshit. It's not overpriced. You know, simple, but, you know, I guess classy, but also a little on the, you know, like it's not a ritzy cigar as far as the band. But their tobacco blends are unique. They're not a basic bitch blend. It's not just like, try it in sun-grown, Connecticut, and Maduro, and they just have 3 cigars, and they just keep revamping that, and with classical, the same, you know, profiles you've already had. You got the Rare Corojos, you got the Classicals, the EMS Classics, the Maduro versions, the Gran Puro here, you have the Gran Puro Nicaragua, which was probably one of my least favorite, and I might have to retouch that up and try different sizes. But that was, the Gran Puro Nicaraguas really just weren't for me. But the Gran Puro here is Honduran Puro. So this is a big boy cigar, off the foot. Pungent, semi-sweet. Let's get this started. Now, well, what's some of the benefits of Punch? The price point. But is it just the price point? No. Price point's a factor, you know, cost effective. But it's not just cost effective. It's good tobacco. I've been reviewing cigars for a long time, but I haven't smoked for even longer. And I can't stress that enough. There's a white guy with a red face. It's true, my father was dark, he really was. Still is. Happy birthday to my father. It's his birthday today. My father is more than medium. My father was like a dark brown. You can pass it as like literally Puerto Rican. And my sister married a nice Puerto Rican guy. Really, my father was a handsome, very dark Italian guy. I mean, really was. And my mother was very pale, blonde. You combine that. Surprise! You get me. I have the biggest skull in the whole family. From top to bottom. It's just a tremendous skull. It really is. It's tremendous. It's tremendous. I have the skull of someone who's probably like 7 feet tall, but I'm 6 feet tall. So it gives me an odd appearance. It really does. But you're going to remember me. If you meet me in real life, like, holy shit, it's a tremendous skull. It's a tremendous skull. It really is. It really is. I could get shot in the head and I might not know it. Sir, you've been shot in the head. What region? The southeast region. Who needs my left cheek anyways? Nice draw, nice smoke output. Starting off at a medium strength. Slightly oily, buttery. There's a rich sugariness on the tongue. It's pleasant, and I know it's going to ramp up. This is just a larger size. I don't know if I've ever had this in a big boy 54. I think I generally smoke these in the smaller sizes. Whether I think it's a Robusto or maybe something small like a Rothschild. However, we're going to switch it up today. Now, right there, medium plus. Wow, golden honey, slightly nutty. If you like the punch golden era, which is a lot of Honduran tobacco, well, I could say this is probably the predecessor. If you like the punch golden era, you like this. However, the punch golden era off the bat has more punch and honey notes and more pungent, lively black pepper. The punch golden era. Who was that made with? The guys, that Aroa family, I think, right? The punch golden era, you're really using a lot of great tobacco there. It tastes like golden grams with beautiful amounts of spicy black pepper. Slightly with floral notes. It has nice complexity in flavor and in texture. Slightly tart to the finish. Other brands I think would love to have a blend like this. The exact profile, I mean, what Punch does, one, it's available. Two, it's always available. Three, it's always available. I can't stress that. And really affordable. Four, they work. They're good. Five, they're unique actually. So the only thing that Punch does wrong is they're not punching your wallet. They're not fucking you. And people disrespect that because they're like, man, it can't be good. And if you understand General cigars and Punch's lineup, like Punch is like their lowest tier of their premium line. If that makes any sense. Anything lower, you could have said maybe the older Sancho Panzas, but they revamped that. Now, even within Punch, you got a range, but if you look at their, your Macanudo will be a step up, and with the Macanudo there is range too, but right there, medium plus, golden honey, syrupy black pepper, but not as lively black pepper as got smoky there too. Like a charred wood, not such a dark charred wood, almost like they were charring it, but on a lower heat, and you got that nice smokiness to it though. More smoke than crisp, if that makes any sense. If you went too much fire, you're like, this is really gonna be charred. That's a fantastic cigar. Like I said, in the smaller size, which I've had before, it's definitely more intense. You shrink the diameter, you increase the pressure. I can't stress it enough, right? You ever been with a woman that's gone around? You lose the pressure. You're gonna know. You're gonna know, right? Right? You're gonna know. You're gonna know. Now maybe she's got maybe I don't know. Well, let's not go down that topic. But you're gonna know. Now you could accept it, deny it, lie to yourself. You can't ignore it though, because you know. Those things don't just get stretched out unless they've been stretched out. And unless if she collects bowling ball pins and zucchinis, you're gonna know what happened. It's like a lie detector test. Like, how many guys you been with? 3. Survey says false. It is what it is, though. I like this cigar. I think it's a good afternoon cigar. Nice golden honey, some black pepper. Really not that earthy. Really nice looking wrapper, that. Not that earthy. The finish is there, but it's not super long or heavy, but I'm sure it's going to build up, so I'm going to come back. And we're really early into it. $7 at a store in Pennsylvania and other states. I've seen them much higher. This is a really good mid-tier cigar. So the MSRP is great on them. And online, forget about them. You can get them at a better deal. I saw it was a boxes for $128 or something. punch is a gift for everyone. Unfortunately, just I mean, there are people that acknowledge and appreciate it, but in a way, I don't understand why we only celebrate ultra expensive cigars. I'm glad those cigars exist, and it's a status that I'm sure every man wishes he could attain on a regular basis. However, though, for everyone that's not there, or for people that could do it on a more regular basis, but they're just more like, no, I'd rather spend more money on 9mm. The point is, what's wrong with celebrating a great quality cigar that's available for everyone, that's affordable, that gives you good flavor, that's not a basic, oh, it's our basic Connecticut, it's our basic, Sungrow. It's a Cuban seed Honduran wrapper. It's really a great, flawless looking wrapper and nice construction. I got nothing bad to say about it. I'm gonna come back. I'm really enjoying this cigar. But I think anyone could enjoy this cigar. Above a Connecticut or something like that, but I think even newbies could enjoy this. So if you're looking for something along the lines, and it doesn't really feel the blend like a classic Habano, so you're doing this Cuban seed, but you have Habano wrap type wrappers, and the profile could be very sourdough, very earthy, very spicy, not super dark, but more of a drier side, and very heavy. It's just very pleasant, and then you add a little bit of that floral note. It's very pleasant, very enjoyable. It's a very positive kind of vibe. You know what I'm saying, though? So not if you're looking for powerful. Punch has got powerful cigars if you want. But in this size, too, when you go smaller, it's going to pick it up a little bit. But enjoyable, pleasant, medium plus. Finish is getting longer, and it'll pick up as we smoke. Slow burn. Very affordable. Maybe buy it on the internet. I don't hate brands that are good to their customers. Really. I mean, like Punch is loyal to us regular cigar smokers. How could we be mad? How could we be mad? It's just like women like the bad guys. You know what I'm saying? Or you could treat her nice, take her out for dinner, and hold the door open, buy her flowers. She'll, oh, thank you so much. She doesn't respect that. Why? Because you're too easy. You're being too nice. She knows she can walk all over you. The woman want to get their cheeks split in the fucking bathroom of a nightclub, snorting yayo off a guy's, I don't know, off his chest. That guy, they'll drive him crazy. The other guy treats him nice, laugh at his face, tell her friends about him, how weak he is. That's how I think guys treat Punch. Like, oh, look at Punch being so nice to us, keeping costs low and construction good and available everywhere. It's always texting me, let me know he loves them. And not even basic bitch blends. I think guys treat Punch how hot girls treat nice guys. And that's wrong. That's wrong. Appreciate the Punch. Well, we're back. Perfect construction, razor sharp burn. We're going to drop that ash. Before I drop the ash, I'll give it a nice puff, get that cherry hot, and then I'll drop it. Because when you drop that ash, you might lose some of the cherry, so we want our best chance forward. But always check the cherry. And it dropped like a log. Now you see that part there that's a little pointed up there in the center? That's where the Ligero is. Generally speaking, most cigars, most blends, you're going to put the Ligero in the center of the cigar for strength, because Ligero gives you the cigar the strength of the cigar, but I mean strength for the construction as well, though, because it's also the thickest leaf in the blend. It's also the slowest burning, though, because it's thicker. So, if the part that falls behind, it's better to be in the center, where everything surrounding that, because the fire's, in a sense, going to the center. The fire's not going outside the cigar, or my hand would be on fire right now. It's internal combustion. It's like an airplane engine. So like a turbine. I don't know if you realize this too. I always try to drop cigar knowledge. Also, when you're smoking a cigar, as the cigar gets shorter, it's never going to get longer as you smoke it. A little less distance the smoke has to travel. So the shorter the cigar gets, the more smoke you're going to get, and faster. Immediately going to get to you, or get to you less time. It's going to hit you faster, and more of it. Because the longer you go with the cigar, all that smoke has to travel through the filler inside of it, trapped around that binder. And all the filler tobacco is going to absorb some of that smoke. So the longer you have, the more distance, more time it takes to hit you, and also there's going to be loss. So as the shorter the cigar gets, more of it hits you and less loss, because it has to travel through less filler tobacco. Picture velocity of a firearm. Point blank is worst case scenario. 100 yards though, if we're talking about handgun, it's losing a lot of power. 200 yards, maybe it won't even do shit. 200 yards at a 380, maybe be able to catch it. Maybe, maybe not. The guy's gonna have to be aiming high though with a 380. However, a 3% Magnum at 200 yards probably still could drop you, but well, maybe the 6-inch barrel. If some guy hits you with an 1 7/8 barrel on a 3% Magnum at 200 yards, well, damn, it was just your time. So, yeah. Also, the leaves are not equal. Here's a leaf. The tip side, the end of the leaf, is the weakest part. That's going to be on the bottom of the cigar, generally speaking. And you're always smoking up to the stronger part of the leaf, because leaves are connected to, right, the stalk, and the nutrients come up the stalk from the ground and then go through the leaf and then ending at the tip of the leaf. And the tip of the leaf is going to be the weakest part of that leaf. So in a way, you're always starting off when you light a cigar with the weakest part of that cigar. And the longer you go, the more of the weaker part you're going to get, and then you're always smoking it gradually to the stronger part of the leaf, but also gradually with less time and distance to your face, and then gradually also less time and distance for that smoke getting lost through the filler. So in essence, every puff should get a little stronger. How aware are you of that, and a blend and diameter, it's all different factors. Now, if a cigar is bad construction, though, and picture if the fillers are not evenly put in there, and there's loss, and maybe the binder's not wrapped too tight, maybe as you're smoking it, maybe you're getting some loss. Like, you know what I'm saying? No, so it's not keeping all the pressure, if that makes any sense. Picture if there's a leak in a hose, and you're like, oh, we're not getting the right amount of pressure, and then there's a puddle somewhere. So, in essence, I'm talking about if a cigar is properly made. I really like this cigar. It's going to be a solid, I think, a 4.55 in this experience, which is a very good rating. I'm not going to say like this is like the best cigar you ever had, or it's Opus X, but at $7 at a lounge in Pennsylvania, and this is a 54 gauge, which I would prefer this cigar. A smaller gauge, it's still really enjoyable. Golden honey, nice amount of black pepper, maybe a tad bit of earth. There's a nice charring wood to it without being super dark charred wood. It's not an aggressive cigar, but it's quite nice. As the sun shines on my red face right now, it's quite a nice moment, looking at the way the sun even bounces off this nice, beautiful wrapper. Holding that smoke, it's almost a medium full. Nice, long finish now, it's building up. So all in all, this cigar's a winner. It's available at a really good price point. Buy a box if you want, but maybe make sure try one in like a skinnier gauge and try one here in 54, and then see which one you like better. Then get a box of that. However, if you just want the stronger one, go for the 50 gauge. And maybe you want more time and be a little more pleasant in a sense, less intense, at the sake of less stronger if you want that. So any cigar, if you want stronger, decreased diameter if you want. Less intense, and maybe in your perception, more enjoyable, more beautiful. Go wider diameter, but it's going to be less stronger though. Depends on what you want to do. And it also depends on your blend. It's not universal across the board that 50 gauge always beats a 52 and 54. Depending on the blend and your perception and preference. Really, you know. There are a little bit of floral notes in there. I know I'm not crazy about floral notes, but this is an enjoyable cigar. It's a winner and a really high value at $7. What more can you ask for? Now, of course, online, probably can get them like $4 a piece. You know, shop around $4 or $5. Quite a few stems in this thing. So we're done here. I wish you well. Stay fresh. Stay out of trouble. No cigars in prison. And probably not quality soaps. See you around.